Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hard to not the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27. I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive, the streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class, seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united, a legion, my soul forever. I murder my adolescence, assault with a friendly weapon. I verbally dissect them to help them get back together. Wanting the stranger things, I handle it like 11. My point is I guard the kids. I should play for the Celtics. Watch how I Euro step them and curry them like I'm stepping. Whenever I'm in your town, the Warriors in your presence. I manifest my endeavors. I'm blessed and I'm getting better. I walk amongst living legends. Coach Contra will live forever. Oh. New goals, baby boo. Got my wrist in these grits, tryna whip something new. I am sick of this rampant. So are you. Hold on, switch. Mama, I'm gonna introduce my ego. Since the world full of villains, then let's introduce the heroes. We the good guys, no blood on our hands. It's Tito, she is back. Finna, guaranteed, don't move back. Type of view is that on the globe. It's a visionary peeking out the window of my soul. Might just fall back.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Take it in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The Lions had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
2nd and 6. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The tight end Henry here in motion. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Rodgers to return it. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 40-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. And his kick here is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The tight end Henry here in motion. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
The tight end Henry here in motion.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Out to his left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Somehow I feel he's going to hear the same thing when he gets to the sidelines after this series. So close to the first down marker, just tuck it and run for the first down. No sense trying to throw it downfield, and that one falls incomplete.
So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
On third down, here's Pierce.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here we go on 4th down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Here's a 2nd and 7. Rolling to his right. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
But
try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Deontay Hardy back deep.
pulled in at the 24. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. The tight end Henry here in motion. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. The tight end Henry here in motion. A run for Pierce out of the gun, and he'll get it inside the 35. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. In motion goes the tight end. Here's 2nd and 8. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the 1st half. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
10 seconds.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Going for it with Pierce. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw now on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On second down, here's Pierce.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barnett.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go.
Barnett, and he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Barnett, and that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 25.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
The tight end Henry here in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Pierce gets this one running right.
Down inside the 40.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 33.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam, after getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Flush to his right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Texans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. And keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Another carry for Pierce.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 2 on the play there, and it's good enough for a Houston first down.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Pierce now up the middle. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Texans, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect my